All right, guys. We have our final quarterfinal. And this, in the bottom right, he's already got his music going. The banter has been strong. It's Clash's REYNOR. Yeah, the same feeling Dream heard me sing last time. Of course, the players have just realized, Clem has just told him before the game, since we have their cameras, to join that, they're actually in a call. And I guess I haven't been specifically telling them, mute your microphone first. So Clem was like, REYNOR, I can hear you typing and singing before the match, dude. Can you mute your bloody microphone? Clem there says, I swear I could hear your keyboard. This is so weird. REYNOR says, I don't even have a mic plugged in. I don't know what you were hearing, but I'm really confused as well. This in the top left, of course, is Liquid's Clem. And these young lads, they are having so much fun competing at the highest levels of this game, and they seem so effortless. Like, when they're doing it, they're just in the zone having fun, and it almost feels not that serious until you see the level they play at, and you realize that they have just absolutely, ascended to this level. Obviously, several literally, inventing that kind of first wave of, oh my god, this is a new level of StarCraft that can be played. And now we've got this next generation of players coming up behind him, of Clem, of REYNOR, of MaxPax, a bunch of other youngcomers who are all really very good as well, who you guys might not have heard all of their names, but some of them are starting to qualify for the group stages of DreamHack Masters and all that sort of stuff. And it's cool to see this play develop. Apologies for that one, guys. Just had to tab out really quickly to chuck the music on. It was oddly silent. And I was like, oh, we need some tunes, get some nice chill RimWorld soundtrack on in the background. A safe SCV scout there for Clem. He both opens the path so the Reaper can get across faster and spots the hatch first. The Reaper will be coming in, seeing if it can find some tax in this first game. Ooh, okay, it's going to come on in. And going to try and pick off that Zergling. Ooh, okay, gets one. Not bad, not bad. Great start here for Clem. If he can get a second, that'll be really good, but he does back off. Doesn't want to risk dancing with that queen. Guys, we have an update on the microphone situation with the call they're in for the camera feed. Cyril has dropped in the chat and says something to the effect of, I can't see it quite right now, but he said, yeah, there's literally, when you join the call, it says, do you want audio or not? There's a menu right in front of you. Only these guys would be silly enough to mess that up. Cyril, they're constantly there trying to teach these kids what's up, and of course, he is already waiting in the semifinals, but he will not face potentially the winner of this matchup unless the winner of this matchup and him also make it through their semifinals, opposite sides of the bracket. So potential lineup of the EU champions in the grand finals, depending on how things go. For now, though, Clem being very annoying. And guys, what build order is it? It's Clem's favorite build order. Third command center on one gas. He then takes the second gas down there. Starport comes up very early for Banshees, and his Hellions delayed a little bit. But that Reaper's still very active, looks for the tumor, and he manages to contain himself, does not get it, but he's killed two Zerglings. He's been very annoying. And REYNOR going to be moving on forwards. Now, of course, REYNOR has looked really good with Hydra Ling Bane recently. Not rushing to lurkers off the Ling Bane as much, but playing a more mobile Hydra Ling Bane style. He was saying he feels if he can get a good enough start that he really likes the swarming kind of ability of it. And he says, look, if they just lose like one drop accidentally, a few Marines here or there, maybe I surround their Hellions with Lings, I can just kill them in the mid-game. I can just roll over them with a giant Hydra Ling Bane attack, and he's really loving that it gives him that mid-game aggressive utility. So cool to see that REYNOR has been kind of mixing up his style up a bit recently. He swarmed over Dream to great effect. Marine will clean up this Overlord, but seeing the third CC and the Banshee upgrading Cloak, REYNOR knows exactly what he's up against. And I think REYNOR has historically been one of the best at defending Banshees, splitting his queens up, and just making sure they can't find a lot of drones. That being said, if we think about some of the REYNOR vs. Clem, Cyril vs. Clem matches, I would say those Banshees are absolute heroes if they don't die. It's not just about doing drone damage, but it's keep them alive, pick off creep tumors, chip away, and then you sit them above your third base, and every time a Ling Bane run by comes in, it gets cleaned up by the Banshees. You run your SCVs away, the Banshees kill it. Ling Bane can't fight against it. Zerg does not get anti-air for a long time other than the Queens, which obviously can't move off creep. So I really like the Banshee just as this kind of unit, which is going to be constant value against that. Now the Banshee comes in, guys. The lair is nowhere to be seen. Remember, REYNOR plays double Evo at the moment. He loves the quick upgrade style, but it means without a spore in between his bases, he doesn't have detection out here. So the Banshee is going to be really annoying. You're going to get a good amount of damage done on these Queens. Second Banshee's here as well. I'd love to see a scan here, as I don't think he's going to be able to dive past. As Zergling's pulling back very cautiously. Queen's coming forward, but they're out of energy now. Oh, this is really good for Clem. He's got to watch out for a flank from the north, but actually I think it's only Queens up there. No Zergling. Spore only gets one hit off, and he gets another angle out of range. Okay, the Hellions do need to pull back, but Clem finding some damage. And Clem, if you allow him to dictate the pace of the game, then he is a scary, scary beast. We've seen people make Clem not look that good. The only time it's happened, though, and it's been very few times in the last year, has been when they basically avoid fighting him front on for the entire game. You literally just have to run away from Clem and punch him in the back of the head when he's not looking. It's the only way to take him down in this matchup. The Hellions there, get the hatchery down, kill the drone before it can rebuild, and they get a Queen. And he saves one Banshee. So not bad at all. Clem, I think he's going to go home, repair that Banshee, use it for that defensive ability that we talked about. And we've got 5 barracks coming on in there. Where's the armory? Clem, I think that's one of the cool things I noticed about Dream, is his armory is always down on time to start 2-2. Pretty perfectly timed for Clem. Never mind. I was going to say, you know, if that gets delayed, it can be a bit of an issue. Clem going tanks. One of the downsides of predictably playing Hydraling Bane rather than just Massling Bane is your opponent knows, you know what, if I just build tanks from the start, get a second factory down here, start making more tanks, I can just basically deal with that style. I don't have to worry about getting swarmed quite as hard. As I say that, though, he's just Ling Bane in production and Queens. Bane speed's on the way now. And, ooh, looking for a fight here. I mean, he's damaging the Queens, and he's, I think, honestly... a little dicey there. Oh, okay, good fight for REYNOR. Great fight for REYNOR. I think Clem overextending a little bit there, throwing away a tank and a bunch of bio. Let's look at that units lost tab. This looks kind of terrible in the numbers for Clem, but remember that Clem has been in the face of REYNOR, and he's killed a lot of Queens. The economy is still pretty good for REYNOR, though, so I don't know, man. Has this done enough to really be worth throwing away so many units? He's doing drops now, dropping a 4th command center, and he's just leaving tanks at home. Drilling claws is on the way, so he will actually build a reactor. He will go a mixture of tank mine. So he is going to respect the Ling Bane, still adding those in. So a mixture of tanks for the Hydra's Banes, mines for Ling Bane. Ooh, good transfuses, machine gun transfuses there from REYNOR. Marine's going to drop up in the main base. REYNOR is like, I knew this was coming. No. REYNOR's got to keep that creep spread going. Berlingrad is not that large a map, but if you get enough creep out there, especially controlling these high ground areas, and you do want to start breaking the rocks down, that's another thing. REYNOR's got to get a move on that, but Clem's keeping him busy, so REYNOR hasn't really found a time. I think splitting off some Lings to do it would be a good idea. Clem finding some value now. Ooh-wee. And he's getting a very quick 4th up. So the thing is, if you're actually in such a good economy and you've delayed REYNOR getting to 85 drones for so long, I think there's an argument that being cost inefficient is okay as the Terran. But it's when the Zerg is way ahead in economy, that's where that looks really nasty. So this is a little bit of a different sort of game. Tanks and Widow Mines moving forward. He's still got Marines on the south. REYNOR 2-2 upgrades are about 20 seconds ahead of the Terrans, as 3 more barracks go down. So that's going to be the Marauder and potentially Ghost production later coming out of those. Hydras are on the way, but the Hydra upgrades are only just now starting. But okay, yeah, he's got Crew Spines queued up. Definitely preparing for the latter stages, and Clem trying to take control back of this middle. The army is split for REYNOR. He's hanging on in there. 88 workers to 78. Ling's coming on in. They want to get rid of the tank. The Widow Mines are there, though, creating some no-go zones. Planetary looking like it's a little exposed. The Marines do stand and fight. And, oh, more Marines. Watch out for the Banes, buddy. He does save the Marines on the left while trying to siege the Libs. The Libs take a bad fight. The Marines take a great fight up against the Zerglings, though. That looked overall like it was pretty darn good. 2 Marines somehow find their way into the 3rd base. God knows where they came from. He's going to just chase in there. Oh, into a concave of Hydras. Maybe not the best place to fight here, mate. Widowmine goes down in the center of the map as well. And we are going to see, yeah, that units lost tab. Now it looks like a CLEM units lost tab, doesn't it? That's a little better. And that gap is going to widen more and more. You've got to deny bases. REYNOR was saying in the chat when he was watching Solar and Dream yesterday, he's like, you have to deny the bases. You can't let them get a 4th for free and then a 5th for free. He's like, maybe a 4th is okay. You can't let them hang on to a 5th base. So as these command centers finish and CLEM floats them out, that's where we're going to see REYNOR need to make some big plays. He's got a Lurker Den on the way. He doesn't have a Hive started yet, though. And that's an issue. Oh, hatchery kill. REYNOR busy spreading versus the Zerglings in the higher area of this map. Oh, watch out, Medivacs. They're going to try to pick up, but he's on Reddit points, so he loses one of them. That means there's a bunch of bio going down. Widowmine gets caught there as well. CLEM trying to rotate over. And that 5th base is going to be going up for now. Well, Hive has only just now started. This feels kind of good for CLEM. As I say it, though, the respread of the creep is what's going to keep you in this game. Keep respreading tumors. Not many on the top right now. Not too many on the bottom either. But if he can keep respreading creep, that'll be good. And he's got so much in the middle that it allows him to rotate. CLEM's out of position. A couple Widow Mines will go off. But, okay, REYNOR doesn't want to overcommit. Is it time to split the army? I think it might be time now. As he nears max, I think REYNOR should be kind of doing that. Maybe think about breaking the rocks, but that tank on the high ground, very well placed. There's only 2 tanks out right now. We've got three upgrades on the way for CLEM. CLEM's been pulled back to his side of the map a little bit. 5 drones did go down. I don't know what killed him. I'm going to assume it was a bench, a Widow Mine drop maybe? I have no idea. Probably a Widow Mine drop. Not something we've seen too much of just yet. Whoa! Okay, not bad. 10 kills on that. Banshee, though, will go down. Hydra's making quick work of that. If he gets a 6th base... Okay, this base here, I don't know if this is a terrible idea or a great idea for CLEM, because he's spreading himself really thin. I think with how much control in the center REYNOR has, I don't like spreading out this much as CLEM. I feel like he should be controlling it more. On the other hand, Biomine does excel at fighting in 2 areas at once. It's just normally you want to do that on the offense, not on the defense. So CLEM is going to start just pushing forward. He's got like choke points like this to work with. REYNOR wants none of that. He's making Lurkers. Seismic Spine's on the way. Viper's on the way as well. REYNOR's trying to catch up in these upgrades. Hydraling Bane does take an okay fight there, but the tank down there. As I said, he's got to break these rocks down on this map. They're going to cause problems. There's too many choke points that are going to be just great areas for CLEM to fight as this game goes on. Good fight for REYNOR. CLEM not able to watch literally everything at once. He's trying to build turrets forward down there. REYNOR's going to push forward. Lurkers do not have Seismic Spines yet. And he's just going to start sieging that base a little bit. Doesn't want to hang around too long. Ghost transition well underway here for CLEM. REYNOR said you need to deny bases. Well, guess what? He has not been able to do anything even close to deny bases in this game. And the longer this goes, the worse it is for him. The more he is on a timer. Whoa! CLEM with the retarget there gets a big boom. Making sure that Widowmine did not fire on just a handful of Zerglings that got split. Fantastic play there. The double sensor tower here for the extra double X-ray vision. Ooh, a lot of Lingbane Lurker coming forward. Planetary, though, is a big bastion of hit points and armor. Ghosts get caught in the top right of our screen. Banelings get on top. REYNOR, he needed that base deny. We were saying it was getting desperate. He gets it right when he needs it. He clears out a lot of the army, gets the double sensor tower down, clears that Planetary 12 SCVs. And as I said, has CLEM spread himself too thin. He's got to be attacking in the north to counterattack when REYNOR makes a play like that. But REYNOR's splitting his army fantastically. And Marine Marauder will come forward. Lurker's going to push forward on the south as well. We've got +2 vehicle armor. Marine Marauder on every single side. He's got Lurkers all over the shop denying. CLEM's been pushed back. How many ghosts he got? 8 ghosts are out. He's building more and more command centers. And remember, you need those command centers just to scan these Lurkers. Otherwise, it gets really hard to deal with them. And CLEM here, running through the spine field. Ow. Ow. Ooh. Oh, my lord. 20 kill Widowmine. The ghosts are going to be able to beat those Zerglings. Nice abduct. Gets one of them, but an EMP gets rid of the energy on the Vipers as well. And 2 command centers go down, guys. 1 canceled, 1 dies. Problem is those command centers, he needs those to finish. He does not have the Iron Bank. He's on 2 planetaries and 3 orbitals. That is not good. A Lurker harass coming in. CLEM needs more command centers for both mules and scans. He's going to run out of scans and literally just not even be able to clear this stuff. I think that Lurker's in range. He just doesn't have a scan available. There we go. Finally gets the energy. Takes it out. But yeah, right now, he's starving. He's starving for energy. He's got one scan available, and REYNOR's realizing it. REYNOR's realized, hey, you don't have scans. You can't deal with it. And CLEM, he didn't get the orbitals up in time. He doesn't have detection, and lurkers are just unable to be fought if you do not have detection. No Raven out, not enough orbitals, and CLEM, it looked like quite a promising early game, but he just lost his 5th, his 6th, all of his extra command centers other than 1. He's going to try and float it out, but guys, he's very low on scans. As I said, he's got no scans available at this moment. He'll have one in a few seconds. So what can he do? There's a lurker there that for some reason is breaking the rocks. Okay, that one does clean it up. Missile turret doing a bit of a good job there. And, ooh-wee. Roddy walking past in the background, cheering on his son. And Ghosts coming for... Oh my god, this is what I'm talking about. No scan. Finally, he gets a scan, but look at how hard it is for him to deal with one lurker. That lurker there, if scans that one, takes that down. But this gives REYNOR so much room to breathe, and he gets to pick and choose where the fights happen. A big Widow Mine there, another big Widow Mine. The Lings get savaged, but there's a lot of Baneling lurker coming up as well. I think REYNOR should just take the base out and pull out. Banelings chase off the Ghosts. They don't get the best fight, but he kills the base. He gets 12 SCVs. Time to run, REYNOR. He leaves 2 lurkers behind. He loses 3 of them on the retreat. He's going to leave another one there just as a bit of a problem for him to deal with. Another harassment lurker in the north. And as we said, CLEM did not get up enough orbitals just yet. And, okay. The lurker is up there as well. Okay, he's going to snipe it down right now. We've got Roddy in the chat threatening to bring out the Dutch Anaconda and get us banned from Twitch. Roddy, I will meet your demands. Shout them in chat. I will meet your demands. No Dutch Anaconda on camera, please. No Dutch Anaconda. Please, Uncle Roddy. Come on, mate. Your reputation's on the line here as well, man. Come on. Command centers fully saturated in the north for CLEM right now. We've got Widowmine Bio Ghost moving through this right side. Okay, a couple of Banelings go down. One good Widow Mine hit. Those Widow Mines. Oh, gonna get some decent splashies. Snipes going down. 2 lurkers go down. REYNOR's got to be careful. This is CLEM's strongest point on the map. I think REYNOR should hit the natural and just keep denying the bottom base and the natural. Give up on this top right. Take your drones to the bottom left. It's probably his best shot right now. Remember, there's still only 4 orbitals on the map. This one base up here, yeah, it's the if you kill it, you win. Oh, the Widow Mine hits the Ghost, but it clears a lot of Zerglings. And if he can snipe the lurkers down from behind the planetary, maybe, but oh my god. Okay, REYNOR says, no, 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 no. I kill your most important base. I win the game. I know how this game works, Pig. Don't be afraid of the Ghost, because the lurker, the Baneling, that combo, that swarm is 10 times scarier. Fantastic control from him, dude. And just great decision making to jump in there. CLEM is just out of money. So he's going to try and float bases over, try and clear up lurkers. But unless each one of these Ghosts is capable of benching 6 lurkers and 12 Banelings at once, I don't think he's got very good chances. He doesn't have enough scans once again to deal with the lurkers. And REYNOR here just happily remaxing lurker, Ling, Bane. Ling run by on the left side. He's going to try and run in there. Does have to watch out for the Widow Mines. Oh, lovely spready. Oh, the retarget though. But the respread against the retarget. Holy crap, it is a thing of beauty to behold. The way these guys micro is so sick. That Widow Mine will get underground as well. And it'll fire. And he spreads the wrong Zergling. One Zergling gets in there though. And that will kill a couple of guys. Meanwhile, he says, oh, sorry, did you want to retake this base? Sorry, CLEM. No 5th base allowed. I mean, this is a replacement 4th if we think about it. But it is getting pushed off the map. And a couple snipes go down. Some of the lurkers, though, out of scan range. The orbital falls. And that's going to be that. CLEM there. A great start here, but REYNOR fights back. And he gets game 1. Are Ravens too expensive to be a reliable solution? Just orbitals are generally better. It's really hard to micro with Ravens. They tend to die. They get killed by Hydras. They abduct. You box, and then you box, and then you go to EMP, and it doesn't work, and then you tab, and you go to stim, and it doesn't work, and you realize you've accidentally selected a Raven, is my experience with them. And also you need another starport. You're already kind of gas starved. So Ravens, they are technically good. It's just very hard in practice to not lose them. and to keep them coming out and to get the right mineral gas ratio and all that sort of stuff. So Ravens are really good, but you can also just get a lot of orbitals, and that boosts your economy up as well. So orbitals are a bit more multi-purpose, a bit more flexible, and they don't need to be babysat. Allows your army to be a bit simpler. And they're the ultimate late game, because if you lose 50 workers, but you have 10 orbitals, you don't really care. You can still have a sick economy on 30 SCVs if you've got 10 orbitals. That's why I call it the Iron Bank, guys. So it's detection, it scans, it's everything. Oh my lord, guys. Do you see the SCV? Okay, guys, we're going to the next game. This is REYNOR. I think he just saw an SCV poke into his vision here. Oh, REYNOR's gonna see this. Clem, he's proxy barracksing right in front of the Overlord. What? The Overlord's just going straight through the middle of the map. Clem going for a proxy barracks. Oh, and it's a Reaper proxy barracks. Oh, is it? Wait, no, that's not a Reaper proxy barracks, is it? It's kind of a fast gas. Maybe he's gonna build 3 Marines and then straight to Reapers, like Special. I think Special does this sometimes, right? Third SCV coming out because he was expecting drones. Good luck, have fun, stinky cheese. Good luck, have fun, says REYNOR. I mean, yep, this image I think says it all. That Overlord could get sniped by Marines if Clem realizes it's there, but of course he doesn't right now. It is of course a hatch first. This is not, and he's going double gas. Okay, so Clem is going to go for the factory behind this pretty early on, I think, or. And he's going to keep up that Reaper production for now. 1 Reaper on the way. 2nd Reaper starts up. Bunker in front of the natural. Now, REYNOR does not necessarily realize this is Reapers. I don't know exactly how that changes the response, but definitely gives you a more mobile unit with this push. And REYNOR is going to chase off that SCV. What do we got here? We've got a spine crawler in the main. REYNOR absolutely respecting this. And he's just getting ready to either pull that down or use it to defend the ledge, depending on the situation he finds himself in. Zerglings coming out. They will defend for it now. The Reapers, of course, are on their way out 2 at a time. The Reaper in the main still microing against these Zerglings. Hasn't got a kill just yet, though. Great micro from REYNOR. His Queen's going to pop out soon. Okay, there goes 1. There goes 2. And doesn't want to lose any drones, but he also wants to save those Zerglings till link speed's done. There's fully pulled off gas at this point. That's 1 drone, guys, I think. Yeah, 1 drone. And 2 Zerglings so far. And he's got his bunker up as well, which is pretty sick. Clem not inside the bunker for some reason. I guess he wants to keep going with the micro around the edges. Oh, if he could get the Queen, that would be pretty big, but doesn't want to get surrounded or anything like that. He's still building Reapers at 2 at a time. Factory is on the way. Clem trying to get as many kills as he can, but when link speed finishes, I mean, I'm surprised REYNOR hasn't moved the spine down already, to be honest, because I think with 2 armor, Reapers do so little damage to spines, and there's only 3 of them right now, but as number 4 and number 5 come in, I think the bunker actually becomes a bigger threat. So the spine crawler not coming down, it looks like REYNOR wants to save it for ling speed and then do it all at once. Command center on the low ground, very risky for Clem. He's going to try and get a reactor and Hellions out. He wisely abandons the position. He should sell that bunker. He should sell the bunker for sure. He's using it as a scout. So you notice Clem wants to sell this, but he wanted to see if the speedlings were coming out or not. Now, ling speed's kicked in. The lings are kind of waiting patiently. REYNOR doesn't want to show them just yet. It's on the high ground. There are a bunch of Reapers, but remember, where can they jump on this map? Where? Glittering Ashes is the map with the ledges everywhere. This map doesn't have any ledges, guys. This map has no ledges. Ooh, Reapers are kind of bad on this map. I mean, I get you've got a ledge there you can hide on, but other than that, there's nowhere to hide if you get caught halfway through the middle of the map. Lings are going to go for a backstab. Hellions are on the way, though. You add Hellions to this many Reapers, and it destroys Zerglings. I think a Roach Warren is a very necessary choice from REYNOR. REYNOR's going to send Lings around the right side of the map. We've got 8 Reapers out, a 9th one about to pop. Medevac Hellions are on the way. Zergling's going to go for a little bit of a backstab. And he's got to raise the wall. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Clem. Oh, he's in trubs. Clem's in trubs right now, guys. SCV's getting slaughtered in the natural. In the main, the Hellion's going to try and help out, and that should help him defend 7 SCVs. 8, 9. REYNOR with the focus fire. He looks for number 10, gets it. Oh, that's hard. That's really hard for him to have happen right there. Clem just gets hit hard. The illusion of map control, meaning that Clem is caught with his pants completely down. He thought he had the contain on, and now what's he going to do? Hellion Reaper in the main. I mean, that's a cute idea. Does he really have enough, though, to make this work? 9 Reapers, 2 Hellions. And the medevac takes a bit of damage. There's roaches out. Nah, he leaves. He knows he can't do this, man. I wouldn't mind him. I mean, he's denying a 3rd hatch from going down, right? But overall, 11 workers have been killed by REYNOR this game. Puts him at a very nice economic advantage. No 3rd command center this game, guys. Oh, Clem, he's got to be careful. Oh my god. Okay, Clem's got to just get out of here now. Maybe look for a snipe on the 3rd. Rotate all the way around. He's going Banshees here. Going into the 2 barracks starport factory play. He's going to get a tank out potentially. Maulings working their way around the right side of the map right now, guys. There are 2 Hellions out front, 2 on the ramp. Clem should be able to respond in time, but he might get his first 2 Hellions surrounded, so he's got to be careful. REYNOR's going to go for it. Oh, no, Clem. Clem. Oh, a little bit too slow to react. Very too slow. Way too slow. Oh, no. And he's... Okay, he's going to fight the roaches at the same time. But, okay, the Banshee will defend there eventually. Overlord should go down. A few more SCVs might die there. It looks like 2 SCVs went down. And doesn't quite finish off the roaches. Reapers, I guess with so many grenades and just such a numbers advantage, they can beat roaches. Oh, he's trying to get the hatchery so badly, but he can't get it. Okay, nice Reaper grenades. He's trying to click the hatchery. Oh, he's going all in on the hatch. He's going all in on the hatch. He gets it. Clem killing the 3rd base, knowing he needed to trade these units there. Okay, so the reason he was slow to react, guys, is he had just engaged on the roaches when REYNOR clicked the Zerglings in. So that was actually why Clem reacted slowly there. He's got a 3rd CC now. Having put REYNOR back to 2 base for a while is super cool. REYNOR's going to try to play Mutas and then go back into... Does he go back into Ling Bane? Or does he actually just get 1 round of Mutas and then do like a big 1-1 Roach Ravager all in? Because I think knowing REYNOR, I mean, he might even... Yeah, I think he might go range Carapace and just try to play like Mutas for control, make him think you're playing Ling Bane, do harassment, keep his vision down, and then surprise him with the Roach Ravagers. It's like... It's really hard to read that sort of play. It is an option. Now, Clem, of course... Going for the 3rd barracks, his own double engineering bay going down not too far behind. This is going to become a bit more of a game. Of course, REYNOR has droned his 3rd ahead of time, guys. Yeah, it's long distance mining now, but he's going to saturate, and look how quick he's going for the gases. And this Carapace melee. Okay, so he's going to go Mutiling Bane. He will swap back into that. He's just going to have a little contingent of roaches, not even invest in roach speed for them. Banshee on the right side of the map. Definitely feels like REYNOR should pull ahead here, but his creep spread kind of lacking. Still chances for little bits of damage here and there. That's a cloakless Banshee. Doesn't find anything. REYNOR with great anticipation of every single move. And that Ling backstab still just so brutal. 13 SCVs that early in the game. I mean, if he was at 56 SCVs right now and he'd had those mining the whole time, he would be so far ahead, would Clem. But losing those workers puts him a little behind. He's going to try and get back. Reapers come in. They get... Oh, nice bounce away on the Queens. He gets 3 drones, make it 4. And make it 5. Not too bad for the 3 Reapers. Their time was kind of up in this game. Throws a FU grenade on the ground. I think he saw the Mutas popping out. I'm not sure. 3rd command center there. Oh, Clem does like to skip on turrets where he can. But if he loses another 6 or 7 SCVs to Mutas for free, oh, it's going to be real nasty. And no turret at all. No Marines in the main. Uh-oh. Think REYNOR might just seal the deal here in game 2 with this Mutas. Remember, guys, REYNOR actually said he would like to play Clem in this match. He was like, you know what? My ZvT's actually been feeling really good. He's like, I'd actually really, you know, I'd like to play against Clem. I think it'd be really good. And, okay, does blast that down. Here we go. Muta's going to go to the north side and dive, and there's nothing. Oh, there's nothing. So many workers are going to go down right now. The Muta's picking off 6, make it 7. And the Marines attack his own barracks. Clem. Hashtag triggered right there. Trigger happy indeed. Even goes for his own barracks. Mutas go for the SCVs. They're going to get even more. Not a single Muta has died yet in this game. That is a beautiful, beautiful harassment for REYNOR, who can keep dancing around the back for at least a little bit. Clem's very good at hunting these down. And he's not dead, but he's close to dead. He's mortally wounded, that's for sure. Clem will need a heroic comeback to get back in this game. Losing 1 Muta, but so many more SCVs, guys. That's a disaster. Clem sees the 4th full of workers, and he kind of knows. 12 workers in my main, 13 in my main, 13 in my main, 12 in the 3rd, 13 or 14 in the natural. He's like, I'm not even on 3 base. He's on 4. Armory goes down, so his 2-2 will be behind as well. It is Mutiling Bane. It's not the most efficient composition in the world, but he's been going lots of tanks, which are not great versus Mutas. No Widow Mines here. The comeback units you need are Widow Mines. I mean, the tanks at least give you something, though. Losing them. Oh, 2 tanks go down. Clem with a great save on one of those tanks. As the Mutas move towards the main base. So Clem's going to try and just knuckle down, see if he can get this 4th and 5th barracks going. Loses a tech lab there. Shields was already done, though, so not the end of the world. +2 Carapace starts up there for REYNOR. No doubt we'll start +2 melee in a second. There it goes. He's got Bane speed. He's got a good little Ling Bane army. And the Muta's still dancing around, giving him great vision. It looks like Clem will probably add a reactor there. And, ooh, oh my god, there's so few Mutas. Marines, he gets another siege tank. Oh, trade a Muta for a tank. Yeah, I'd take that trade any day. And Clem is going to tap out. Yeah, it was pretty checkmate there. Even once the Mutas got the first round of damage, it was already looking bad before the Mutas got damage, but it was basically GG from there. I think an understandable call. Honestly, you look at that game, you know that REYNOR's on a 5th base by then, ahead in upgrades. He's got like 20 Mutas you have no answer to. You have no Widow Mines. You've got nothing building. So that great Ling run by, sneaking out the side, REYNOR getting a 2-0 advantage in this match. It's been surprisingly dominant so far here for Clash's REYNOR. Looking great. Fantastic defense in that last game. Honestly, I think it was an amazing build from Clem. The Ling run by just undid all of his hard work, though. This is Clash's REYNOR. When both of you are in such a low economy, you lose 10 SCVs, it's like, oh, so bad, dude. But let's see what Clem can bring out. Back to 3CC, I would imagine. 3 command centers nice and early. It's his favorite build. I think he looked really good in game 1. And then he just kind of let that position slip away from him, as we saw. You know, one big push that didn't quite work out, kind of lost a rather large army. And then, of course, we saw him losing a few bases, running out of scans against the lurkers, and not really having any way back in the late game. It's been kind of great early game, pretty good mid game, and then things just kind of, you know, flop, and he's too far behind in the late game for Clem, and that's uncharacteristic. Normally, you don't really want to let Clem get too far into the game without you doing some big damage or finding some way of hurting him, but REYNOR, ever confident, ever wily, ever unpredictable, and for now, it's definitely giving Clem some troubles. But this is not the first series today we've seen someone up 2-0 and then fight back. Who knows? Maybe this will be the trend breaker, where we see REYNOR just get a 3-0. He does a Ravager roll in this game, gets the easiest win of all time. We're like, well, wow, I thought this would be the best series today. You never know. I personally, as always, am of course hoping for good games for the fans. Let's see if they can give it to him. Reaper coming out, command center on the way. Second depot will go down. SCV will scout the natural. We'll see that hatchery there. So, let's see. It looks like he's going to build the factory with this SCV. That tells me he's almost certainly going 3rd command center. No second gas here. It doesn't have to be that way, actually, if you think about it. That's more of a player preference thing. But we see no second gas, which means it is a 3rd command center build again. Reaper. Ooh, he catches the drone. Oh, he gets it. I don't think that gets in there in time. Oh, it was on like 1 hit point. Oh, he goes for the cancel. Clem goes back for it. Oh, and REYNOR does it again. And I was like, confirm the Reapers here. Quick, cancel. Get it down, get it down, get it down. Clem almost denies that. And he's just going to dance there. 3rd command center does go down. Creep Tumor going to go down there for REYNOR as well. Fully pulled off gas, of course. Trying to optimize the minerals. 2 queens up front. 3rd queen going to build in the main base. And he wants to get this creep out as fast as possible. Does REYNOR. The more forward you get, the better there. He's going to go back, start some injects, but this queen will be putting down another tumor shortly. Clem going to go for a little bit of a walkabout into the main base. Now, of course, the Zerg can't see there. So he's going to try and catch a drone on the rally. Nice little bit of harassment. Let's see what he gets. Oh, he missed the grenade. Forces a spore trick, but doesn't get too much there. Went back in looking for the cancel, but REYNOR very patient on that. Ooh-wee. Okay, 3rd command center almost finished there. Second gas on the natural, of course. And that Starport going to float over for the very quick Banshee option. Keeps you safe, but also you make Cloak. It can be very powerful. Marine's going to make sure this is a one-way trip for that Overlord. Probably, anyway. Hellions are there. One Hellion, one Reaper. Another Hellion does join up. And it's a sacrifice for REYNOR. He sees this cloaked Banshee building. Oh, wait, it's a trick. CLEM being a naughty one. Oh! Oh, he actually wants to go Raven. Okay. He builds a Viking and Cloak to fake it. Cancels them both. I thought he was going to keep the Viking, but he actually cancels them both and builds a Raven with the 200 gas. So it's going to be a Raven Hellion build for CLEM. He's going to use that to help clear the tumors. That gives him extra mules. Extra mules means extra minerals equals more Marines cascading across this map. So I love that adjustment. 3 racks are down. Expect the double engineering bay to go down at any moment for CLEM. And then the 2 extra gases will always follow that. That's your standard build order with Terran. So the 3 set pieces once your command center's down off a factory Hellion Banshee or Hellion Raven opening. So Zergling's starting to work on those rocks. Hellions and the Reapers hanging about. And Queens are going to start to do a bit of damage. We've got the double gas on the way. Already has the 3rd gas. And he will take that 4th gas in the near future, no doubt. Ooh, Creep Tumors in the open. Always tasty. Something Terran players always like to pick off. Now, he's got to be careful to keep this Raven alive. Queens will target fire that the moment they see it. They'll be really happy to just focus that one down. So he's going to come in, put an indentation in this creep. Does he go for the auto turret? I think he does, maybe. No. Pulls back for now. Queens rotate. He goes back in, gets that one, and then looks for the rotation. 3rd command center is there. 4th and 5th barracks on the way in the main base. Factories on the tech lab, so he's building tanks for now. REYNOR, the backstab god, the Zergling cheeky boy, sending those Zerglings around the right side. He's going to look for a backstab. The Ravens and the Hellions being very effective so far. Queens are way out of position on the left. And he sent all of his links for the run by. He's so greedy sometimes. And he's done it again. REYNOR here being a bit too greedy for his own good. He's going to lose the Zerglings and a Queen. He's going to try and pull drones to block the ramp. Another auto turret goes down, though. The Raven needs to get out. Oh, he loses the Raven. CLEM, a bit of a mistake there. Zerglings are on the depot. They're going to try and burn that down. The Marines and the tanks and the SCVs should defend this. They should actually clean that up, and they will. Hellions going after the drones, though. REYNOR, a bit too greedy for his own good, and CLEM says, stop calling me kid, mother trucker. This is what happens when you keep calling me the kid. I'm a month older than you. The Hellions still in the main having a barbecue. And, oh, Zergling's going to start to chase him down. The Hellions trying to roast these Zerglings, but they do finally get cleaned up. I'm going to say, at the end of that, CLEM may have won that trade, guys, with the... You might be like, oh, the units lost isn't too bad. 26 drones. 26 drones. That's more than an oopsie. That's a wham bam thank you ma'am for CLEM. And you know what? The Ling backstab, it can pay off so much. In that scenario, though, REYNOR was a bit too greedy with it, man. They clicked them on the depot as well there. I think a bit of missed micro there from REYNOR. Didn't get in as hard and fast as he could have. Might have killed 4 or 5 more SCVs. Not sure how long they were attacking that. There were Marines on that depot initially. And Marines here trying to fight. Oh, look at that tank position. He's putting it in a position where Zerglings can only get at it from limited surface area. The Widow Mine's here as well. Armory's on the way. 2nd factory is started. CLEM. He's got a lot of units, but I think this I don't know what you call this, this set of queens. A sponge. I think when you get over 8 queens in combat, it's a sponge. This sponge of queens. Just absorbing all the damage that comes its way. And he says, no, you're not pushing through this. You can burn some of our energy, but we will absorb it all. The sponge of queens there, holding the line for REYNOR. And CLEM stopped in his tracks for now. He's got more units. He's got a 4th CC. He does start +2 weapons. Drilling claws on the way. The 2nd factory will come up. But he's not really getting amazing damage, is he? He's just kind of chipping away at the queen energy. Not the most impactful thing in the long run. Whoa, Waddly boys! Waddly boys! Watch out, watch out, watch out! Wait, they've been spotted. They go for the depots. And they do just take out a few depots and 2 SCVs. Not too bad. Of course, once they get Bane speed, they'll be roly-polies. No longer Waddly boys. Marines up here. Starting to do damage to the sponge. The sponge looks like it's seen better days. You know, it's one of those crusty ones on the side of your sink. when you're like, oh, I really need to stop doing my dishes with this. It leaves chunks of itself on the dishes you're trying to clean. They're out of energy. You're going to need some support. And I think with Bane speed kicking in, they've done their job. The Sponger Queen's pushed back, but where's the Banelings? He's only got 3 Banelings right now. REYNOR can't fight. Okay, REYNOR's got to flank. REYNOR's got to give up this 4th base, run his drones. He didn't have enough Banelings ready. His gas was too low. He's trying to play a 4-gas comeback style, which is very little gas, and he doesn't have many Banelings. The spread from CLEM is monstrous. A huge spready. Beautiful gymnastics from the young Frenchman. The Marines on the right fighting the Queens. The Ling Banes try to consolidate. Double drop picks up. The Medivacs boost in. Hot pickup for the Marines. And dude, this is so fantastic. The Marines, they're doing so much damage. And CLEM is not going to let this one end too suddenly, too early. This is also a big confidence booster after how that last game went, because CLEM has just been all over REYNOR, blocking him at every turn. REYNOR's going to go for a desperate Ling backstab down the other side of the map. A lot of Banelings with it as well, but there's plenty of Marine tank there. I think CLEM's okay. 3rd base is, of course, walled off, but he can raise the depots, evacuate to the left if he needs to. Fight happening at the front. CLEM's distracted, looking at the front. Oh, that's a lot of Drilly Boys about to go boom, boom. He tries to get out of there. The rally comes down to defend, and he will take big Banelings to the face. But he does end up defending the base, and I think that's the more important thing. Remember, he's got a 4th base up, and he's still pushing the front. REYNOR right now is in a dire situation, having to roll Banelings in just to try and hold on. The Sponge has been wrung out. There's no energy left. Those Queens aren't very helpful. He does get a medevac, almost gets a second one. This one tank has 22 kills. That is the tank that was wedged in behind the watchtower. That tank has never died, and it has been a thorn in REYNOR's side, and just an absolutely terrible foul taste in his mouth, how many kills that tank has. Finally, REYNOR breaks free, holds the push that started about 4 minutes ago. Honestly, that was the first time he forced a full disengage, and honestly, it's barely even a disengage. CLEM picks up, redrops, clears the creep, sets up for another multi-pronged push. Widow Mines and tanks pushing on forward. They find another Baneling run by CLEM right now at double the army supply. Up 5 workers. Stop there. Don't build anymore. Cancel those SCVs, son. Come on. We are right now at the prize pool divided by 100. That's right. $6,900 prize pool for this tournament. CLEM just went past 69 SCVs. He has literally hit undefeatable power. Widow Mine's going to get some shots off. The Marines are here, I think, in good enough numbers to stop catastrophic damage. A few SCVs go down. A few Marines will go down. One big boomy boy takes a few Marines off. Woo! And more units pushing in on the right side at the same time as REYNOR gets just kind of hemmed in, surrounded, pushed back to 3 base. He's got Ling Bane, but I think, honestly, not having enough Banelings when his Bane speed kicked in, not having a flank or a backstab earlier, it really did. And CLEM just set up such a good forward position, such a good spready, and a beautiful play there from CLEM off the back of that early damage. The Raven opening, the confident Hellion dive into the greedy REYNOR paying off big. He's focused, and the first game that he needs out of 3 to make the reversal complete. He's got that killer face look. He's looking more serious than I've seen him in a while, but in a good way, not in an overly tense way where you're like, oh god, is he gonna panic and freak out? But in that good way where you can kind of see that he's just mega focused and got that killer mindset right now. We're going into map 4, guys. It is, of course, on Glittering Arses down here in the bottom left-hand side, representing Clash Gaming. This is REYNOR. Only needs one more game to put this one away and get himself into the semi-finals. His opponent, though, of course, no slouch. Up here in the top right, it is, of course, Team Liquid's CLEM. Barracks gas, pretty standard opening here. Now, this is a pretty large map. And you know what, guys? I've noticed it looks a lot laggy, less laggier once I turn the textures down. So if you guys are having performance issues in the current ladder pool, just turn your textures down from anything below high, and it'll feel a lot better on this map. So it actually feels a lot less laggy the last few times we've played this, and it still looks pretty much the same. So just a little tidbit, since there is about 1,000 particle effects on this map. So I think the main thing we notice is that there aren't as many of these little shiny bits of like lava going across the screen, because basically this map is just covered in particle effects and like all sorts of just cool stuff. There's lava, and these little guys are like going across on little tracks. There's little dust coming out of fans. We've got the little gold minerals getting processed. It's a very cool design on this map. And as much as I complain about barren maps that don't have a lot of foliage on it, I'm totally down with this one. This is, I feel like I'm in a Deep Rock Galactic mining center or something. It's super cool. SCV Scout. So, you know what? I think Clem watched REYNOR's last series against Dream. Because you'd think Clem would have skipped the SCV one game by now, just to be like, oh, you know, let's play a little bit greedy one game. But Clem has been loving REYNOR, sorry, has been loving pool first lately. And if you guys saw his series against Dream, it's 2 series, in fact. REYNOR was like, all right, we're going to go pool first 6lings. Then we're going to go hatch first, then pool first 6lings, then pool first 6lings, then pool first 6lings into a 5-roach attack. It has been like just so many early aggressive plays to punish Terrans who don't SCV scout. And Clem, I think, just kind of respecting that option. And REYNOR has gone hatch first every game. So it kind of feels like he wins that little meta war where if REYNOR's never going pool first, I mean, you'd rather be skipping that. Oh, win the meta war you may. But the man with a jetpack and 2 guns who don't give a fuck gets a creep tumor snipe one more time. And that's always frustrating. Your first tumor is very important because once you get that out, you can then very quickly start spreading. And the further you get out to multiple angles, the harder it is for the Reaper and then the Hellions to keep that controlled. So I think a little unfortunate there for REYNOR losing that first one. If he loses the second one, he's actually going to be super triggered. Look how conservative. He's so afraid now. It's so delayed because he's like, well, if I lose the second one, I'm actually super mad. Look at that. Clem's so annoying. Oh, that delays this creep so long. Really well done. Now, he's got the 3rd command center there on the way as well. It's once again, I told you guys, Clem's favorite build, 3cc. And unless REYNOR's willing to pull out a Dark and do a cheeky Nidus Worm or something, pull out a Bly, you know, force him to build a bunker in his main base, I don't know. It's going to be a little hard for him to pull it off. Ooh, okay. There we go. The creep is going to start spreading, but the Hellions are already here. So plenty of opportunities as it spreads to the 3rd and out here for those snipes to come in. First Banshees on the way. Orbital Command Center starting. And we do, of course, have the workers put back on gas just before the 4-minute mark, about 3:40. Queens moving forward. 3 queens building at a time as well. So REYNOR playing very safe. And REYNOR has been loving that double Evo chamber style. He's been loving the quick upgrades, but because of that, he gives up the fast baneling speed. I think, honestly, looking at how Clem played that last game, I wouldn't mind REYNOR change it up. Try, you know, the classic kind of fast lair and baneling nest, get the bane speed a little bit quicker. We'll see how it goes. More Hellions coming forward across the map. Not able to really find any snipes after that first one. So it does, of course, slow down the spread, though, when you see the Hellions in nearby. So REYNOR's kind of watching with his Overlord. And when he sees the Hellions go left, he can spread the tumors on the right. When he sees the units go right, he can spread the tumors on the left, especially with his queen split. This is the REYNOR specialty, the split queens, allowing him to protect both sides at once. Now, first Banshee's going to come in on this bottom right side. So he's going to have to split some queens down there. He's already got a Spore and a queen. And he will get a little bit of damage done. That's actually pretty nice. Every hit is very important. A Banshee, it's a very fragile unit. Double Evo Chamber does go down one more time. 3rd Command Center is there landing. We've got 3 more barracks coming in. Starport's going to lift off and float over. And I am looking at this map's so big, sometimes I lose track of the units. I'm like, where's those Banshees? Other ones coming across to join up with it. Still hasn't got another creep tumor, and now that it's out in so many angles, this is a monster that is hard to contain. This creep spread is everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. Melee, carapace, lair starting up at 5 minutes 30. His lair is always so late. I love this Spore Crawler. This is the REYNOR in between the bases Spore Crawler. So many people play Banshees, and because his lair's always so late, he knows he needs an extra Spore. An extra 2 Spores! How? He's built 5 Spore Crawlers. Oh, this is such good preparation from REYNOR. I mean, as Clem, you just want to chill here. Just be like, okay, you're kind of over-defending. Let's not try to force the issue. Go around, look for the creep tumor snipes. 9 queens, 5 Spore Crawlers, and 16 Zerglings. Okay, this kid is safe. He's pretty safe. Let's just pick off some tumors, try to keep him contained. One of the Banshees has run out of energy, so he decloaks them both, and Clem not finding anything with the cloaked Banshees. Look at that. REYNOR says, oh, you stopped the creep spread? Oh no. Oh no. Immediately respreads it. Really good control over this map. I talked about how annoying that first creep tumor was. REYNOR says, I do not care. Look at my creep spread now at 7 minutes into this game. Not even a concern. A tank and a bunch of Marines coming across. 1-1 is going to finish, and combat shields as well, all in about 45 seconds. 2 Banshees will defend him from run-bys. And he can morph Hellbats in about 30 seconds when the armory finishes. Now, I like that tank as just a fallback position tank. It's a, come on, come chase into me, mate. I'm clearing this area for later in the game. Come chase into me. Come chase into the tank. He's got to watch out for tank-friendly fire. That's the one thing he's got to be careful of. The tank reaches to this line, you can see. And he loses a few Marines there. He's lost a few Aliens and Reapers. Hasn't really killed too much. Does deplete some transfuse energy. 4th Command Center coming down real quick. So CLEM going for that big economy again. One more time. Keeping up the tank production up there. 2nd factory out here at the front. Probably will be a reactor, so we can go mines and tanks. I still think that's just been the sickest evolution of Terran players in the last year or so. Is people just being like, yep, okay. I can play Widow Mines to have the big booms, but I can also have the tanks to anchor me against the Lurkers, against the Hydras, and provide these really abusive, super long-ranged firepower positions. REYNOR's going to go for a run by. There's a lot of units at home, but the Marines are moving out, and they're moving out at the wrong time. He moves a Marine spotter out, does CLEM. Gives him just a moment of warning, but he's not watching. Uh-oh. Great run by here. And now CLEM, he's so across the map, he feels like he's got to attack. Banshees will clean it up. So I don't think he loses too many SCVs. Will he lose another tank? No, he won't. Okay, 1 tank, a few Marines and Marauders. That's not the end of the world. Does he have drops down here? Yes, he does. It's a few too many Marines to fit in the 2 dropships, but that's okay. A couple of guys, Billy, Bob, and David get left behind. And no one liked those guys anyway. They were always screwing around. Ooh, he barely missed the tumor with his scan. Worth dropping another one. If you're going to bother scanning, you got to cut off the front tumor. That's the one that can spread. He's going to get an Overlord down there. The Marines looking for some fights. Hydras are out, though. Got to be careful. Hot pickup. Nicely executed. 4th base already floating out. Drilling Claws on the way. 2-2 upgrades as well. And it's a slight lead on the 2-2 upgrades for REYNOR. His fast upgrades are fantastic, and he's talked a lot about if he can find fights. 2-2 versus 1-1. That's always going to be good for him. Infestation Pit has started up. 3 more barracks are on the way. Where are they? Looks like they're out front, so they're going to be faster to rally across this gigantic map. I don't think this is a map where you look for sudden kill moves. This is a map where you push simply to try and look for good engagements. You push to look for good positions. Ouchie! Bit of a mistake there for CLEM. 16 Marines go down for a few Zerglings. Not a good fight, but he is keeping REYNOR kind of pinned back on this left side. That being said, REYNOR's maxed, and remember, he's got muscular augments. He's going to have groove spines. He's on 2-2 versus 1-1, and while +2 attack finishes soon for CLEM, it's a while until he gets +2 armor. REYNOR taking a kind of almost hidden base in the bottom right side. Whoa, that sponge does take a bit of its corner gets chopped off. Widowmine was trying to move forward to cover, but there's a Banshee tank bio. Rally does defend that side. Widowmine gets a shot. Overlord's in the open. Oh god, CLEM, he doesn't have the Widowmine to fall back on. He's got to pick up and leave. Ooh, okay, loses some Hellbats to some Banelings. Not the end of the world. He's got a Widowmine drop in the south side. Oh, crazy redrop, bad redrop. CLEM. CLEM making some small mistakes in this game. It's a high pressure situation and REYNOR's so fast. REYNOR not making those mistakes. Targets both of the Widowmines. 6 kills, not bad at all. Planetary on the right is going to get jumped on. That's going to get busted. And there's another command center out in the open. Ooh, wait. He keeps it alive, though. REYNOR doesn't commit, and probably wisely, with that amount of bio on his tail. Oh, no. REYNOR gets caught out here. And now CLEM is like, okay, fine. You're stuck in the corner map. I'm just going to push through. He repairs it. He's got to keep that command center building. He will. I really dislike CLEM's command center placement. He often puts them in front of his bases where they're easy to snipe. I think he's got to protect those a little better. Normally, he's so aggressive that he gets away with it. But remember, with this style, REYNOR likes taking the fight to you. You've got to be careful, mate. Okay, here we go. The Bio, the Marine Marauder, the Medevac's doing exactly what they can. And, Banelings, not going to be able to hit. Ooh, Widowmine gets a punish. Doesn't hit everything, though. Banshee's doing exactly what they can. Just going down to the bottom right. 5 kills on one, 5 kills on the other. They're going to kill a hatchery. Another Overlord goes down. The unit's lost tab telling a tale. It's a tale as old as time. It's a tale, well, not really. It's a tale as old as this bloody I don't know. How old is CLEM now? 19-year-old. absolute behemoth, the prodigy, the kid that just keeps on getting to double the efficiency of his opponents. If you aren't catching him off guard, if you aren't catching him with run-bys that he's not ready for, this is just a common kind of matchup for him in terms of the units lost tab. He gets so far ahead in the trades, and he says, I can dance all day with the bio. I can absolutely dance all day. So the bio there dancing back and forwards. We've got Biotank Mine on the right side as well. Guys, we are feeling a little bit of lag. I guarantee you the players are not feeling it. It is just on our end. So it is not affecting their play. They would immediately pause and let us know. I'll ask after the game to double check, but that is the case with this sort of lag. Hydra's going down on the right side. Ooh, okay, some decent Widow Mines and the base snipe. The Marines are still alive. Oh no, I think REYNOR might just be getting overrun here. It's a lot of Banelings though. Marauders. Oh, big spready, great spready. Medevacs going down though. And the Marine Marauder coming on forward. How many Banelings has he got? Not enough. Not enough is the answer as CLEM clicks on each one methodically, precisely, and at a furious speed. But, ooh, throws away a lot of medevacs, does CLEM. Army on the bottom right, though, getting another good trade. Those Widow Mines recharge. One of them does anyway. Only hits a single Zergling. Beautiful split from REYNOR. And you know what? He holds those pushes. He does lose his 5th and his 6th base, but he's still on 4 bases. He's survived a very scary moment in the game. He breathes a sigh of relief and then says, oh, wait, I never killed your 4th. You have a 5th making into a planetary. You have a 6th command center going up that can be making into an orbital or a 7th base anytime soon. This is a huge problem. This army is unrelenting. CLEM is pushing on forwards. A run-by attempt here for REYNOR. A good spready on his Zerglings. He's going to go to the right side and try to deny that. Little does REYNOR know that it's this center base that was taken. Baneling on the right side as well. Unable to really do anything there. Widow Mines are getting to fire again and again. Look at that. One little robotic waddly boy just going to go into the mineral line and say, meow. Only gets one drone though. REYNOR too fast, too good for those little tricks. This Widow Mine goes forward. That gets a pretty good shot. And these Widow Mines are causing him problems. Now we've seen historically in this matchup, REYNOR struggles. If you can keep him on the defensive enough and just keep spreading Widow Mines, he will stop clearing them up. At a certain point, there's just too much going on. He wants to take the fight to you. He doesn't want to be at home cleaning up Widow Mines. He's going to find this center base. Command center, double kill on the command centers go down. Now he takes out a tech lab over there as well. He's finally getting some damage done on Clem's side of the map. And that's a very important disruption because his lurker upgrades are now coming in. But you know what? Clem's already up to Ghosts. Burrowed Banelings not quite able to land there. He just wasn't quite watching. Too much going on at this stage of the game here. And the lurkers are going to try to move forward. Going to do a bit of a burrow. Not a quick burrow, though. Oh, no, the Widow Mines. Oh, my God, that spread was so sick. How often do you see lurkers spreading versus Widow Mines? He didn't lose a single one at first. These units pushing forward. Those lurkers do force CLEM back on the bottom side. In the top side. Okay, the bio ghost having a good time. The lurkers there. He needs overseers. As I said, guys, look, that same Widow Mine from earlier, it's still alive. He needs more overseers right now. CLEM is putting enough pressure on him. All CLEM needs to do is avoid getting hit by Banelings, and his Widow Mines over time are giving him insane, insane value. Finally cleaning those up. Even in those scenarios, that's 3 Banelings blowing up on each Widow Mine because it's too chaotic for him to do it any other way. A Widow Mine hits a lurker. Another one hits another lurker. The Widow Mines, at this point, REYNOR, he is realizing that CLEM has turned this map into a field full of rakes. And REYNOR is just a slapstick, bloody 1980s comedy character just walking through this field, stepping on rakes. There's Widow Mines everywhere he goes. Unlike Berlingrad, where he was the one with the lurkers all over the map. In every base, CLEM without enough scans, running into burrowed units. It's the opposite. This time around, it's CLEM with the Widow Mines absolutely everywhere. And causing it a massive ruckus. The lurkers do come forward. They're going for some snipey snipes. And, oh, big booms going on down. And, okay, the bio there is going to pull back onto that right side. Snipes. Okay, Snipes not quite able to connect. We've got bio mine moving forward there as well. We've got lurkers running up the left. And, ooh, okay. He's going to try and split. He wants to answer the Widow Mines with the lurkers, but look at that. Queued them in. He's trying to get problems going. He does have a burrowed Zergling. His lurker harass, though, hasn't found the mark. He's running these lurkers around, looking for a way to bring the fight back to CLEM. And, oh my lord, that is so much action going on. Dude, the lurker Baneling, though, not able to close the distance. Oh, the big Widow Mine friendly fire. Parasitic Bomb. Instant split on the Parasitic Bomb. Who manages to split that fast while that much is going on? Guys, he's getting lurker counterattacked at the same time, but he manages to split those units off. The lurker there as well is actually denying some stuff. REYNOR fighting fire with fire. He says, not just you can make burrowed dickhead units, mate. Not just you. I can do it too. The Widowmine's getting some shots off, but once again, he does a spready. He starts clearing it up, guys. Lurker on the high ground as well, doing fantastic. Widowmines on the left side is still out there. Does Clem not have enough scans? No way. Guys, he didn't build the Iron Bank again. He never made the extra orbitals. He hasn't made a single extra orbital. But he's relying on scans. He's out of scans once again. Oh no, he's lost all the momentum from running out of scans. He just lost so much momentum. Now, REYNOR hasn't been able to respread creep on the north, so don't get me wrong, he's still bleeding, he's still bruised, but this is actually a huge mistake. I mean, this is actually a huge mistake. This is a huge problem. I don't know how this is going. Oh man, look at this. Guys, he has so few scans. Okay, gets a snipe there. He's got to lock things down, but suddenly Clem is on the defense. He's so much better on offense than defense. Will he be able to hang on? Okay, Widowmine Ghost comes over. No scans. He can't even scan this Lurker, guys. Oh my god, this is such... Okay, he's got a few more orbitals up, but if REYNOR snipes these, it's huge. Big Widowmine saves the day there. Gets 6 of those Banelings down. He does get a scan. Takes out the Lurkers. And that is absolutely huge. We've got +3 melee, +3 range on the way as well. Hydra Baneling coming on in. The Lurker is there. We've got Ghost Mines. Bio moving down both sides of the map. Let's check in on that unit sloth stab. 10,000 resource lead for Clem, which is nothing too crazy. It can still be won by REYNOR. He has a bigger bank. If he can deny this base on the right or snap these orbitals on the left, both of those could be massive swings in his favor. But he's got to keep respreading creep, and I feel like there's been so much chaos. He's lost so many queens that is absolutely what he's going to need to possibly do. He's got to respread some creep. Burrowed Banelings there. I think Clem saw that. I don't think Clem's going to fall for that one, mate. Does try. He's going to move the Burrowed Banelings forward with this attack. Tries to run in. This area is such an impossible area to assault Terran, though. Look at the buildings, just creating a natural set of choke points, and those Widowmines there, unassailable. Ooh, okay. Bane Lurker there. And we've got, okay, the Bio coming on forward as well. It's going to fall back. The Burrowed Banelings are there. Clem is kind of pulled into his shell, but he's got 15 ghosts. He's got 15 Widowmines. He's got 2 planetaries. He's got 6 orbitals. He's got all the pieces that he needs for a late game. Maybe not end game, but definitely late game. Oh, the Lings find the Ghost. A Widowmine friendly fire there. He's on the full retreat. Is Clem on the left side? Banelings find his army. Banelings find his army. Clem's trying to come in on the right side to flank this. He's coming in on the right side, but Lurkers are slowing him down. It's taken a while to get there. He's running across the entire map to evade those Banelings, and while he does it, REYNOR cleans up the middle, kills 21 workers. That's a big swing. That's a big piece of damage. Clem's going to float an orbital down there. But honestly, I cannot believe the way REYNOR has fought back, held on in this game. If he wins this game, he absolutely deserves this. He's fought so bloody hard for it. He's fought so hard. He was on the back foot through the whole early game. But I do think the lack of those orbitals definitely hurting Clem. And look at that. It's just outside turret range. Harassment Lurkers all over the map being annoying. Widowmine's going. He Spore Tricks to dodge one of them. This is not over yet by any means. But it is definitely an odd situation to find yourself in, where Clem now only even in army supply. Down 30 workers. He's got scans. He's got mules. Widowmine's not quite getting the fire off before those Lings run past. Tracking, but not connecting. REYNOR gets the entire army with the Banelings. And that might just be the game-winning move, denying the base in the center at the same time. Dude, he's going to go back into the corridor of death over here. That Widowmine gets a good hit. That one gets a good hit. But you know what? He might just have enough momentum that it's okay. He's perma-maxed. REYNOR is perma-maxed. As he loses units, he replaces them. And these Widowmines, I mean, they're keeping him back for now. But it seems like Clem, unable to keep pace with REYNOR on this giant map past a certain stage. And I think the moment REYNOR started splitting Lurkers everywhere, we just saw this whole matchup turn upside down. There was a moment there where Clem just ran out of scans. Ooh, big Widowmine hit. And suddenly, you know, it was REYNOR who's cleaning up the Widowmines methodically. And it's Clem who can't actually do it. He just can't. He doesn't have enough detection. Maybe this is the scenario where you add a Raven in the mid to late game. Maybe. I was saying, and I always talk a lot about how orbital count is a key to late game. He's only at 5 now. He's lost a few throughout this game. But if you can get to 8 or 9, I don't think there's much REYNOR could do with Lurker harass to you. But he definitely has just done multi-prong, multitask, burrowed Banes, burrowed Lurkers, harassment, surrounds, big, swooping engagements. And Clem right now down 30 army supply. The swarm is here, and it's coming to take your base off you. Clem fighting for his life. The Lynx around is getting in on top. He's saving Ghosts. He's lifting them to the high ground. He's trying to pull up his ramp. Lurkers get sniped from the high ground. Units there going down in swathes, but it is not enough. So many Zerglings going in. Not that many are finding the mark, but you know what? It only takes a few. A few Lings in the mineral line there. A few Lurkers up there. And even though he's losing control of the center, REYNOR is doing damage to an already crippled Clem. And REYNOR's economy is fine. He's on 79 workers. Look at the income in that top left. REYNOR's actually not mining gas right now, which could be troublesome in a minute or two when he gets rid of this gas bank. But I guess he had so much gas he completely pulled off it. He morphs a bunch of Banelings, Lurkers, Hydras. He will need to put back on gas momentarily. But this Lurker here causing a massive problem. He's going to kill that Ghost Academy as well as the Planetary eventually. And Clem is broke. He's out of scans. He's out of army. He's going across the map for a desperate counterattack. He can't lose this base. He's got to repair it. Oh my lord. This is a disaster. He scans that one, gets rid of that Lurker. This Lurker still finally has a scan, snipes it down. There's still Lurkers in the mid ground though. REYNOR, I think, may have found Clem's weak spot, and that is Lurkers in many areas at once, multi-pronging in many areas. I saw Cyril do this to Clem in a game on his stream just the other week where it felt like Clem was winning. And suddenly Cyril said, I think he might be out of scans. And he just attacked 7 different places with Lurkers. And Clem just got absolutely broken. And it seems to be a soft spot of his, even in these games where he's got the momentum. The Zergs finding a soft spot. The Lurkers abusing the lack of detection in Clem's setup. And REYNOR, an amazing fight back. A 24-minute game. And the last few minutes of that makes it easy to forget that REYNOR was up against the ropes in the first 10 minutes of that game. He was wedged in his corner, basically holding his shield arm up, getting battered over and over again by the Warhammer of Clem. But REYNOR fights back, gets the 3-1 victory. I was convinced we were going 2-2 and going to game 5. He fights back and does it. Absolutely incredible victory there for Mr. REYNOR. GG, well played, dude. He's still very good. GG, well played.